Hello and welcome to an episode of Explaining Digital Circus. I didn't write it, but I'm going to give you the theory that I've come up with when it comes to abstraction. As you know, if you've ever looked at the videos explaining about Mario's shape inside of Mario 64, or literally anything coded in the Nintendo 64 in 3D, it's all made out of a bunch of polygons, bunch of triangles that make up a natural shape. Whatever it is, like so much polygons went into making Mario's nose, it's absolutely silly. The only thing is, those polygons are really tiny. Now, imagine that you're that's another theory. But imagine that you're in the digital circus and you realize you're not actually in a human body. And reality is that you are able to control everything about your body. Every polygon. There's two things that you can't do. Number one, for reasons that you don't understand, simply because you're not actually able to get in the code, you are able to manipulate all of the different polygons that make up what it is that you normally call your body. For example, the squash and stretching that we see with Ragathas, crazy glitching out fest, where her neck just goes crazy long and all these other things. That's because, as you can tell, they are made out of polygons. This is proven to be the case. So, what happens when you realize that you have full control, in some manner or another, of all of your polygons? What I suspect happened was Kaufmo tried to rip himself apart. But in doing so, he glitched himself inside of himself and turned himself kind of inside out. And then he rearranged himself inside of whatever format he wanted to do so that he would have a body that is kind of controllable and seems like something he would like. Kaufmo, psychologically speaking, liked a dog character that you can see as one of the earliest doors that you can notice has an X on it. So he turned himself into a literal dog. Like I said, one of the things you cannot control is the size. Not usually control is the size of the polygons. Although you can tell they do tend to squash stretch, but that's because the bounds are being pressed upon constantly, all the time. You'll notice this happen if you take any three-dimensional rig that you're working on, any body that you have sculpted in the three-dimensional program. I've done it myself. You just keep on turning the head, and then suddenly the neck just looks all weird. Yeah. Imagine that happening, but to the entire body. This is what abstraction is. Hope this was informative for you. Bye.